good morning. My name is Kevin Ye. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm from Daberistic Financial Services. It's a privilege and thanks for the opportunity to speak to you. And thanks to my good friend, Tony Paulo, for his invitation and organizing this excellent workshop, and to speak to the bishops at Methodist Church. And I'm also a Christian, and really it's wonderful to meet my brothers and sisters online and to be of service to you. Just to briefly share with you my journey to come to Christ. I was born in Taiwan in 1974, so I'm 50 years old now. And I came to South Africa at the age of 15 in 1989. I became a Christian at the age of 19 when I went to Wits University, and I met someone, and someone shared with me the gospel, and using a booklet called The Four Spiritual Laws. And then that's how I first heard and came to Jesus Christ. And then since then, I joined a Christian church. We have our service in Mandarin. And I've been at the same church for the last 32 years, since 1993 to now, 31 years. So it's called the Johannesburg Christian Chinese Church. It's situated in Four Ways. I'm a deacon at church, and I really thank the Lord for getting to know Him and His salvation and the opportunity to serve Him. And I really would love to meet you in person one day. Thanks to Tony's organizing this workshop, I'd like to speak to you about financial planning and share with you what I know, and hopefully this can be of use to you. So I'd like to just go through a presentation slide. Let me just open the presentation. All right, so the presentation is about financial stewardship, budgeting, investing, and the retirement planning. And just a bit about my background as in the financial services industry. I joined the industry at the end of 1996 after graduating from Wits University with an actuarial science degree. So it's rather rare in the financial planning profession to have someone with an actuarial background. In 2006, I decided to start my own business, and then I became a financial advisor. And over the years, I've attended many seminars. I'm a member of the Financial Planning Institute of Southern Africa. I'm also a top of the table member of the MDRT. MDRT stands for $1 Million Round Table. It's a premier association of financial professionals around the world. And I was fortunate have the privilege of serving as country chair for 2 years from 2021 to 2023. Daberistic as a business, we mainly look after business owners and professionals. So in terms of, let me go through this presentation. Okay, sorry, I maybe have pressed the wrong button here. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, so the purpose of my presentation here is to speak to you about the practical financial principles about budgeting, investing, and the retirement planning. And I think that as a man of God, as Christian, we follow Jesus' example, and it's important how we deal with money and how we treat money as blessings from our Lord, and how we use that in this world to further the Christian values. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is budgeting. Budgeting is a plan to ensure money serves your goals. So we should be the master of money, of these worldly things that we're in control of, rather than being a slave to money. And in terms of budgeting, certainly that's important, is to track your income and your expenses. I think that many people in the ministry may be quite busy with the work to serve the Lord and the brothers and sisters and the church, but we may not have had time or didn't pay attention to keeping track of our income and expenses. But then the first step of budgeting is certainly to understand where you spend your money, where do you get your income. Maybe you're paid a salary, and you know how much is going to come in every month, and then but how do you spend? How have you spent your money? And that's where we need to track it. So the important thing is certainly to on a monthly basis and on a regular basis, just to check your bank statement. Maybe you have your wife can take care of that for you, and you don't have to worry about tracking your income expenses. So if you have someone that assists you, maybe your accountant or maybe your wife that assists you, or your spouse assists you in checking the bank statement, that's important to understand how you spend your money. And you'll be surprised when you check your bank statement and you realize maybe certain things you shouldn't have spent, or like there's debit order that's been happening, but you actually forgot about it, but it's money going out of your account every month, and then you can actually stop that. One example I would put is DSTV. I think that some people have been used to DSTV and have been subscribing to DSTV, but because of the trend, more and more people are moving to streaming services. So the question is that do you still watch DSTV? Do you need that kind of a package? Can you reduce the package that you spend, or cancel a subscription altogether? And that's how you can save money somewhere. All right. So I think that with most banks nowadays, they have a cell phone app that can certainly help the customers or the clients in using it cleverly in terms of tracking your expenses. So I just put up here in terms of a screenshot of Discovery Bank. In terms of Discovery Bank offer this feature called a financial analyzer, whereby you analyze your spend, whether it's your credit card or debit card, and look at how you have spent your money. So it's in the background, we can say it's kind of intelligently using AI or like some kind of algorithm to analyze your spend and categorize into different categories. Like here you can see it's food and drink, recreation, transport, health, and personal care, etc. So that can help you make sense of how you have spent your money, and you can certainly click on each category to look at the itemized billing, so to speak, and then to understand where you spent your money and how you can take control of your spend. And one of the services we can provide to our clients is to help clients open a Discovery Bank account or credit card. So if you need that service, you're welcome to speak to me afterwards. So the first, certainly important to look at your bank statement and understand how you have spent your money, and have control of your spend. Then the next thing is to set priorities and live below your means. I think that's very important in this day and world, that many people, they like to live like the Joneses, and they want to compare with other people, how they dress and where they live and what cars they have. But I think that as a man of God, it's important we follow Jesus' example, and we, like the Bible says, that as long as we have food on our table and we have clothes to wear, we should be satisfied. So in terms of budgeting, it's important to budget and based on your looking at your income, and after a few months, at least 3 months of analyzing your expenditure, then you can then set target in terms of saying that here I give an example: 50% on essentials, your groceries, and paying for the water, electricity, and the rates and taxes, and then 30% maybe on things that you want, and then 20% savings or saving towards your retirement. So that's kind of a afterwards, then you can set budget, and then afterwards you can then compare in terms of how you spend the money and against the budget to see whether it's in line. And if you are spending too much, and then look at ways where you can save money in some areas to try to increase your savings and retirement savings. So that's some budgeting. So the next we go into investing. So investing is quite important. And I think that in the Bible also, Jesus used the parable of the servants being given the gold or silver, and some servants they're smart, and they made return on these gold and silver, whereas the third servant, he didn't make investment, and he was rebuked by the Lord. So it's important when we're given this the money, and then and when we're able to save money, how do we invest the money? That's important for Christians. So why do we invest? We invest to grow the wealth and to combat inflation. We know for us living in South Africa and around the world, we can see this phenomenon of inflation, where food prices, the cost of living goes up year after year, and even month after month. So it's important that we invest wisely so that the money that work for us and that actually can at least beat inflation to keep value. Better still, if the money can grow at a pace faster than inflation, then it's going to grow our wealth. And also that another objective is to secure our future independence. So thinking about one day when we retire, or maybe we don't get the income anymore, how are we going to continue to live, and where do we get the money from? And that's where we're saving for retirement. So in terms of basics of investing is to start early, and it's about we as a financial professionals, we say time in the market is rather than timing the market. Some people, they want to be smart and say, let me time the market, try to buy when it's low and sell when it's high. But even my own experience shows that it's can be a fruitless exercise, and sometimes actually costs you money. So rather, it's about just save money, invest the money, and let time in the market work for you. So it's important to start early, as even if you start today. So even if you have, if it's you're already maybe in your 40s and 50s or even 60s, but the important thing is to start saving or investing now. Okay, and the next is diversify. One thing we say in investment is that there's no free lunch except diversification. So you can invest in unit trusts, and you can invest in ETFs, and reduce the risk through asset variety. And I would suggest that you work with a certified financial planner who understand the game of investing, and to guide you in terms of understanding your needs and your time horizon, your risk profile, and then to work with you to invest your money so that you can achieve your objective. The next is be consistent. So I think what's important is to have a regular small investment all along the way. So that's where the debit order comes in. It can be a beautiful way of investing. If you have a debit order set up to invest, say 1,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand a month, that's what will accumulate your wealth and grow your wealth. That's one of the best ways of doing that over the long term. So that's so be consistent. Next is be aware of scams. I think that so many people I know of, and when you read the social media and the news channels like News 24, we see from time to time a lot of people they fall for the scams with the promise of a quick returns, like like get 100% return in a week, etc. There are so many scams going on there, whether through social media, whether through email, whether it's in person, whether it's telephone calls and things like that. There are so many scams out there. So how do we know if it's a scam? If someone promises you of a quick return, and you're going to get 10%, 20% return even in a month, that's unrealistic. Okay, so be aware of scams. Don't fall for that. Be a good guardian of the money that God blesses you with. Next is ethical investing. As Christians, we taught we need to stay away from those sins. We shouldn't. The investment world, we talk about sin stocks. Like we don't invest in companies that produce alcohol, that produce tobacco, that are morally wrong. So you can look for investments that align with your faith-based values. However, in this day and world, when we look for unit trusts that do have this kind of ethical investing, is far in between. So it will be quite difficult. I think that what's important is that when you invest, you pray about it and you trust God and make the right decision in terms of ethical investing. Next, let's look at retirement planning. So retirement planning is what we look for. There is in terms of achieving financial security and independence in later years. Maybe you retire at age 60, 65, and when you get there, you want to ensure that you achieve that independence. Yes, in South Africa, we do have the old age social grant pension from the government that pays just about over 2,000 rand per month. For some people, that could be sufficient, but for most people, especially people living in the metropolitan areas, that certainly is not enough. So to plan and to save money and look at how you are able to live and independently and to meet your expenses, that's important. So what's important here in terms of retirement planning is to start now to benefit from compound growth. So in the investment world, we talk about compound growth. So if you think about if you invest in a good unit trust that's able to give you 10% per annum return, and if you do that over a period of time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and that's where we talk about compound growth, and that's where you're going to see the money grows, and it grows even faster in later years because of the power of compounding growth. And the next is the in terms of the investment vehicles that we use. Generally, we suggest to clients is retirement annuities and pension fund. So for individuals, this will be retirement annuities. Certainly engage with a certified financial planner. Speak to a financial planner about the retirement savings solutions, pre-retirement, such as retirement annuity, and how that works for you, and how that will commit you to invest for long term to build that retirement nest egg. So generally, the rule of thumb is that we say that you should aim for a post-retirement income equal to 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income. So they say, for example, right now your salary is 30,000 rand per month. Then you are aiming for a post-retirement income of around 21,000 to 24,000 rand per month. All right, and we understand because of cost of living, inflation, that every year the need for growing income increases. So and then also that in South Africa, because of the tax benefits given by the government in terms of retirement savings, when you contribute to a retirement annuity or pension provident fund, then your contribution is tax deductible. That certainly helps you in terms of increasing your savings and investment, and also your investment while within a pension fund and retirement annuity is tax-free. So that, again, that's a way of increasing your savings faster to meet your retirement goal. So to conclude, I just want to quote from the Bible, Proverbs 21, verse 5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance." And that's exactly where financial planning comes in. So budgeting ensures discipline and know where you get your money and where your money goes. And investing grows your wealth. Retirement planning secures your future. And it starts small. Act now. So that's very important. It's about action. I'm here afterwards. If you like to reach out to me, you can buy your principal officer, via Tony, that we're here to give you support and to give you personalized advice. So finally, I'd just like to thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope this has helped you, and I'd like to wish you peace